Welcome, ladies and gents. Chris Andre here. You can find me at BetBoxing on Twitter for boxing-related tweets. Please subscribe to the channel. Get notifications whenever a new video comes up. Invite people. Get them involved, please. Share the channel. Let people see the channel. Boxing fans, get them to comment. If you disagree, agree. It makes no difference. I want to make this debate as big as possible. Debate each other. A lot of people message me, and I love that, and I love messaging you guys back. But please debate each other. I want to get a little platform going here where we can all debate each other, discuss, disagree, agree. Start a little community on this channel if possible. Why not? It's not like I've monetized anything. I've got nothing really to gain from it. It's just, we can all have a bit of fun chatting to each other about boxing. I want to talk about a particular video that I did a while back and how that relates today, essentially about Tyson Fury's mentality. The other day when I made the video, I got a message from Ali Hussein to say, how are there 500 subs to this channel? I'm hoping he meant, how are there only 500 subs? I think so, because I always love hearing from Ali. I'm assuming he likes the channel. I don't think he meant, how did you manage to get that when this video is useless? This channel's useless. But the point is, this isn't a big channel. There are 545 subs. The truth is, most of the videos get about 100 views, unless it's really popular fighters. So, for whatever reason, it's not one of those videos where you're getting loads and loads of views. But this particular video, I'm proud of it. It got 548 views. I'm not proud of it just because it got a lot of views for this channel, but also because it's very different. You get an awful lot of channels that cover the same sort of content. A lot of us will do breakdowns, predictions. Some are better than others. There are some people that will identify someone who breaks down fights and they say, you know what, I really like his work. And maybe that's why they're more popular. Or it might be about the quality of the content. At the end of the day, no one wants to see my ugly face sitting here in front of the camera. There are other people who have got really good sort of special effects and stuff like that. Maybe their channel's just more entertaining. I don't know. But when it comes to actual themes, this particular video was one that I haven't really seen covered before. It was called God and Demonic Possession, How Tyson Fury's Beliefs Shape His Mentality. And I was really proud of that video because it was so different. It was almost niche. I haven't really seen people cover it, whether because they don't want to talk about religion, they consider it to be a little bit of a taboo subject. I don't know. But I'm not trying to convert anyone. I'm not even saying I believe in the stuff. I'm not, I haven't said whether I believe or don't believe. It's irrelevant. What is relevant is Tyson Fury's beliefs and how that drives him. So it doesn't matter whether you're Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim, Jew, atheist. It makes no difference. We're not talking about the faith per se. What we're talking about is what Fury believes and how it drives him and affects him in the fight game. Whether you're analyzing fights, whether you're betting on fights, these are things that it's good to know. In that particular video, I'm only going to give a brief summary because there's so much that was said. It was a 15-minute video, so there's a lot that's covered. But it's essentially covering how Tyson Fury clearly believes in the more mystical elements of religion. He doesn't just believe in sort of like a modern day interpretation of Christianity. He does believe in things like demonic possession and black magic and things like that. The evil side of there's an evil side of the world. He believes that stuff exists. And there's a movie that I've spoken about called Fallen with Denzel Washington. Really good movie. The basic premise, I'm not going to give the plot away or anything, but a demon will possess people and will pass through people through touch. So if this particular demon is possessing someone, occupying someone's body on a Monday, and then say a guy called David, and then David touches Daniel on the Tuesday, the demon will pass from David to Daniel. So whatever you said to Daniel while Daniel was possessed, when he's no longer possessed, he won't remember any of it. It's the demon you're speaking to. The demon becomes that person and uses that body as a vessel. Tyson Fury, I would suggest, clearly believes in that sort of thing. He does believe in things like demonic possession. He does believe in magic, the powers, the evil or negative powers of dark powers of demons. And I say that, and like I said, to build that case, please go and watch that video, otherwise it's going to go over your head. But there were various examples where he was talking to Deontay Wilder ahead of the first fight, and he was saying, I met you in Dusseldorf. You couldn't beat me in Dusseldorf, and you can't beat me now. Now, he fought Klitschko in Dusseldorf, but Klitschko was engaged in some sort of a magic trick, sleight of hand magic trick, which Tyson Fury considered to be actual magic. He considered to be something more, not just a little sleight of hand, but something more. And then when Deontay Wilder was talking about his ancestors filling his body and him becoming someone different, becoming the Bronze Bomber, no longer Deontay Wilder, he becomes someone else. Tyson Fury clearly took that to mean possession, opening his body up to foreign spiritual powers. And Fury said to him, "You're getting it for saying that on TV." In other words, for promoting that sort of thing on TV, you're getting it. That's what he said to him. Now that sort of thing with Fury has continued into this second fight. And what he said in the build up to the second fight, Deontay Wilder put out an Instagram message that said something. Fury had said that he was knocked out cold in the first fight, but there was there was divine intervention. God picked him up, made sure that as a messenger of God, he was saved from that knockout, and that he lifted him to his feet and gave him the strength to carry on. And in the build up to this fight, the second fight, Deontay Wilder said something along the lines of, "God did save you the first time, but not even God can save you now," which quite clearly is going to be seen as blasphemous by Tyson Fury. So in the build up to the fight, when that continued, that build up, Deontay Wilder questioned the size, not the size of Fury, obviously he didn't question the size of him, but he basically questioned whether that mattered. And he said, "You've seen David and Goliath, you know the story of David and Goliath." And Tyson Fury said, "You don't even believe in David and Goliath." So that was another way of saying to him, what does that mean? What do you think that's telling him? It's telling him you don't even really believe in the Bible. You're fake, basically. Stop pretending. I know who you are. Post-fight, when Fury had won the fight, if you notice, the post-fight interview, look at what he said, that nobody can bring darkness against him, that no one that lives in the darkness can come into the light. No one essentially that is bringing evil powers can prosper against him. In other words, I'm a man of God and I'm protected by God, and your evil spiritual magic is not going to work with me. Now, it doesn't matter whether you believe Fury's just off his head, whether you believe it's hocus pocus, or whether you do believe that there are other things, unseen things in this world, whether you do believe in witchcraft being real and things like that. It's irrelevant. What's relevant is that Fury believes it. So when Fury is going to the ring, he believes he has divine protection. And that belief gives you incredible confidence. It makes you feel like, I can't be seriously hurt. And if I am seriously hurt, God's going to be there to protect me, to lift me like he did in the first fight. I'm here not just to win and achieve glory, but I'm here to achieve glory for God, to spread the message of God. And that's why straight after that that second fight, and indeed the first fight, and indeed every fight, you see him want to thank, he said, I can't remember the exact words, he said, "I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ." And he then went into that pit, and the one true God, I think he said, and the one true God, Jesus Christ, and then he went into that bit about no one in the darkness can prosper against him, or who tries to bring darkness can prosper against him. There's a very religious overtone. Pre-fight, there was a prayer. Post-fight, there was a prayer in the changing rooms. That spiritual belief, that belief that God is there with you, it's very reminiscent of that poem, Footsteps. There's a man who's had a very difficult life, and he looks back at his life when it's the end of his time, and he's talking to God, and he looks back at the beach, and he sees his own footprints and God's footprints next to him in the sand of his life. And he notices that during the hardest periods of his life, there's only one set of footprints. So he turns and says to God, "God, where were you in my time of need? You left me. Look at me. I was left walking alone." And God says to him, "My child, those are not your footprints. They're mine. And I was carrying you in your hardest times." And that's the mindset that Fury has. He's hit the lowest of the low. And he feels, look, when I was down and out, God was there for me. If I give glory to God, I can achieve anything. I can do anything. If I've got God on my side, none of these evil people that want to bring this darkness to me are going to be able to prosper. And that's the mentality that Fury has. Now, from the sheer perspective of the fighting mentality, during the first fight, there was this really hilarious quote where Deontay Wilder was saying, "I like Tyson Fury, he's a good guy. But during the first fight, every time we'd come into a clinch, he'd be whispering in my ear, 'Is that all you got, you big dosser?' And he said, I'm just like, man, just fight and stop going on calling me a big dosser." When he's in the mode of skill set, there's that flashy cockiness, you can't touch me type of thing, rolling with shots, pulling faces, hands behind your back, hands in the air. He's in that mindset. In this fight, he was in a seek and destroy mindset. He was a hunter. And if you notice, between each round, he's stopping and he's staring down Deontay Wilder. He dropped him. He didn't call him a big dosser. He didn't start acting flash. He's looking at him like he wants to rip his heart out. That mentality was a shift. He's capable of doing either. And this is why this is one of the most complete heavyweights, if not the most complete heavyweight I've ever seen. Because he's 6'9", who can fight like a 6'9" monster by walking you down, leaning on you, wearing you out, ripping that body to pieces, engage in a brutal war, the Gypsy King. Or he can be the flashy Tyson Fury, pop a jab, dance, lift his shoulders, pull a face, hands behind his back. He can fight orthodox, he can fight southpaw, inside, mid-range, outside. He can do it all. And it's that ability to switch, and that mentality enables that switch, because he feels like, I'm not just a fighter, I'm a warrior of God. That's his mentality. And that is a very, very powerful weapon to have. Guys, let me know what you think. I'm going to put the other video, attach it to this video. Please watch them both. Let me know what you think about this. Am I overanalyzing? Is it just for show? Or do you genuinely think this is something that really drives Fury and it acts as a weapon? Because a lot of people have got faith. There are a lot of people that believe in God. But I can't think of too many athletes that are as driven by their religion as Tyson Fury. You have to understand, Tyson Fury almost ruined his entire career because he would not follow society's ideas of what is politically correct, but would voice his views, which were, according to him, in line with the Bible. Despite facing that persecution, he was willing to stand by his views. That's a next level of dedication, a next level of belief in your faith. Do you think that acts as a weapon? Please let me know. Thanks for watching. Chat to you soon.